Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel here today, where we go over a brand new topic that's going to be going on probably throughout the main channel, the gaming channel, and throughout the next COD game itself, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And I know it's just called Black Ops Cold War, but basically we'll still get used to COD title with it. And ladies and gentlemen, I actually thought I didn't have to make this video because after really seeing the reveal trailer of the Cold War itself and the teaser trailer and everything else, I felt, and everyone else, including yourself if you're watching this, the Black Ops vibes, of Black Ops 1 all over again. Like the franchise itself of the old game was gonna come back, since this is a straight out set out for Black Ops 1.5. Basically, it's right between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, and basically the Cold War was basically the greatest timing that they get on choose just for the Black Ops series itself. But I'm not gonna go over that. I'm actually gonna go over the main topic just by looking at the title. Why is it that I'm really worried about Black Ops Cold War? And the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, is really the number one issue that's been in every other COD, and some CODs that have been taken out this issue as well because of fan demand, and that is skill-based matchmaking. And I'm gonna lie with you, skill-based matchmaking hasn't really bothered me as much. Like, it makes me range here and there. I keep running to people at my level. It makes me have to sweat all the time. But the thing is, like, I'm really used to that, where I don't really sweat, but instead, like, I just have to focus in the best way I can. But that's not the point. The point is that, and during the Cold War, during the weekend one of, the beta, I know I don't have gameplay of it because I actually didn't have time to pre-order it yet, and I'm actually glad I didn't, because skill-based matchmaking actually affected a lot during the first weekend while everyone was playing it. A lot of the big YouTubers, a lot of the big streamers, a lot of the big fans out there of the community themselves, and a lot of the OGs from Black Ops 1, from Black Ops 2 obviously, all came in, and there was a lot of hate during the first weekend. And I won't lie, I did see a lot of videos from big YouTubers out there who do show off their reviews during the game with the first weekend, and most of them said that they said it was very good, that there was no issues with it whatsoever. But then those are only the YouTubers and streamers who want to say that because A, they're COD partners with Activision, B, it's because like they just don't want the hate to go out, and C, it's mostly because they make money off of this if they know they're gonna get it, and they just want to keep it positive so they can get what they want. But for the true people out there, for the true YouTubers and streamers who actually are honest about this next COD game coming up, they didn't like it, because they definitely just said straight out that skill-based matchmaking was definitely affecting a lot of the gameplay. And the game, its graphics itself, I won't go over that until the end of the video. But basically, people just felt like there was so many sweats in the lobbies, where the first few games were just normal for them, like it was no big deal, like they were just having a good time. And then the next few matches, ever since they announced that after you're done with the first match, you will no longer be part of that lobby that you were in the first time. You'll basically be in a whole new separate lobby, and that set off a lot of people. And I won't lie, when I heard that this was actually true, that actually set me off as well, because now if someone was really targeting me on my first round and they end up winning because the team of them were actually trying just like my team was, but we had misleading issue, then that means I can't get paid back on them when it comes to the next round and the next one, to see which one was really the better one. But sadly, since this update's real, we can't do that, and that actually frustrates me a lot, that I can't get payback on the other team. well, on the play itself. And I know I'm not the only one who actually feels that way, because I know a lot of the community out there for the whole COD series itself is really being affected by this. And not to mention that this is just a port from Black Ops 1. And the thing is, Black Ops 1 didn't have skill-based matchmaking back then. Well, not that I know of, that is. And the thing is, too, when the multiplayer trailer came out, it looked like things were going really well until the maps itself, the guns, the reviews, and mostly what people had to say about it just didn't feel right for me, to go over it. But sadly, that these news are actually getting worse and worse when everyone keeps on tweeting out on Twitter that they want skill-based matchmaking to be removed. So I'm just gonna stop right there and just say Activision will not do that. And here's the thing, Treyarch has definitely made a huge step up ever since Black Ops 4 as the worst Black Ops game, in my opinion, in history. And as a Treyarch game as well, Activision should realize that it's skill-based, it wasn't skill-based matchmaking that ruined Black Ops 4, it's just that the development that they had in the game just wasn't enough for it, and enough content itself. Even zombies didn't have enough, and it was the least out of the things out of the multiplayer, blackout, and I believe not the campaign, but basically like a story mode of the operators. I forgot the name of it, but I think it's called the specialist stories, I believe. But I've got to go back and check. Excuse me. But the thing is that I'm glad they added a lot of content to this game. Like the gunsmith itself, it's beautiful. I love it. The guns that they brought back from Black Ops 1 that are being brought into the Cold War, that's honestly perfect itself. And I'm excited that Woods, Mason, themselves, alongside with very old school characters, are returning to the franchise, coming back. But thing is, that's only campaign, so I'm just gonna stop right there. But the people are really worried about is that if skill-based matchmaking is going to keep on coming back up for everyone each round, or just throughout the whole experience once the game comes out, people are going to start leaving. Not to mention, they basically took the engine from COD 2019 of Modern Warfare, so the graphics will not have to be all plastic and wisely just like BO4 was. And the thing is, I'm fine with that they had to use the same engine. And honestly, I'm fine with that because it makes the graphics look way better than what they had to compare to on BO4. And I'll still be honest when I say this, and this is why I was gonna hold off till the ending, but I'll just say it now. It looks like Black Ops Cold War just looks like a downgrade from Modern Warfare, where it looks like Black Ops Cold War should just came out first before Modern Warfare, because from the way I've been seeing things and throughout the beta for Weekend 2 as well, it looks like it should just came out first, and then it just looks like Modern Warfare just looks like a better version of the game. But that's only because it's the same engine, but the thing is Treyarch trying to customize that engine that Modern Warfare have to make it feel more like a Black Ops game. And that I do respect a lot, but the thing is that if Treyarch, and I know Treyarch knows this, and Activision definitely knows this because they've been doing this crap for years, that if they're not gonna take out skill-based matchmaking, it's going to really affect the community, and it's basically going to be where Treyarch fans are not going to give Treyarch another chance anymore. And that basically not goes for Treyarch, but that basically goes for Activision. And when that goes to Activision, that basically goes towards, the West in the future COD games itself. So basically, where, for example, the Modern Warfare 2 reboot that might come out in 2021, that's going to be a continuation from COD 2019 of Modern Warfare, who knows what skill-based matchmaking is gonna feel like back, in the future then. So I know there's been tweets saying that weekend 2 of the beta of Cold War feels like it's been getting better because it feels like they turn it off. But I'm just gonna stop you on right there and just say this, and I'm just gonna be very, very honest on this one. They're gonna turn it off just for the beta. And then when they turn it back, and the thing is, when everyone buys the games, in the beginning, just like Modern Warfare, with a whole new engine, whole new gunsmith, whole new way to play, Call of Duty itself, just like, how you felt with Call of Duty 4 throughout the reboot of 2019 of Modern Warfare, they're gonna turn it back on. They're gonna turn it back on. And the reason why I know is because that's what they've been doing to previous COD games. Like, if you know what I'm talking about, then I shouldn't have to explain this to you. But the ones who need to be explained to this about, thinking like the OGs that, they stop playing BO2 or just stop playing BO3 or BO4 or, World War II or Infinite Warfare. You guys are not OGs. The OGs are the ones who basically stopped for the whole beginning. Like the very first COD game itself. For me, I started off with Call of Duty 4 and Call of Duty War at War. The first Infinite War game and the first Treyarch game that I actually ever played. And that to me feels like OG enough. But I'm gonna stop rambling and I was gonna get my thoughts about it though. The thing is, I like the game itself. It feels different. It actually feels like a Black Ops game. But skill-based matchmaking, however, is just affecting that a lot. So it's basically where the community itself are basically trying to speak up to Treyarch. So Treyarch needs to get the big boy pants on to, step up to Activision and basically just tell them straight up, look, we can't have skill-based matchmaking for this COD, because if we do, we're going to lose our chance of making money, and we're gonna lose the trust of our own community that we basically worked so hard for this COD. When you guys requested us to make this under a year, to mention right now, that we're going to lose the progress that we worked so hard on, just to have skill-based matchmaking ruin it all. No thank you. No thank you. And Treyarch themselves, I know they've been trying to go for a while on this game. Campaign, multiplayer, and not to mention zombies. Zombies is what surprised me the most. Zombies is what makes me really think of how compared to BO4 to the Cold War, it just looks like that they're mostly just trying to affect us now. Or what, you just see a lot of, you see like game modes from the past that are now coming back to this new generation for Black Ops. It makes people think if this is how it's always gonna be from now on with Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War, people are going to start leaving if they don't really do anything about this. If anything, Activision should have used a big brain, of course, and especially with all the money, and just put out a tweet or something or announcement saying the next Black Ops game is going to be delayed for 2 years, and that is something that the whole community itself, and I especially, towards the people, saying that every COD has been good, there's been enough content. Well, guess what? You may not be OG to the COD series, and you may not definitely care everyone's opinion. But the thing is, if you want to go against sweaty players all the time and not get the type of content that you got from the old days, like Black Ops 1 or Call of Duty 4, be my guest, because that's gonna hit you right back very, very hard. And not only will it hit you back, but it's also gonna affect the people around you that you try playing with and they leave. Because what are they gonna say? Skill-based matchmaking has been affecting them for too long. And that's when people are going to either go back to old COD games that are already been out, or they're just not going to return to the COD franchise itself. And it's going to disappoint everyone, who's been hyped for this game for the longest time. And it's going to basically prove to the big YouTubers out there, that worrying about this game, they should be, because I'm even worrying myself. And something needs to be done, and something needs to be fixed by Treyarch or by Activision. I know I've been rambling for the first few for a good while of the video, but the thing is, here's what I think Treyarch should do for the Cold War before it comes out. Actually come together and make a decision about skill-based matchmaking. Either they lower it, to a lower point, more than Modern Warfare in 2019, or they just get rid of it, because it's not going to help the game at all. If anything, I'll be honest when I say this, I am burnt out of Warzone and multiplayer. And the fact that I know if they don't listen to the community, and they're going to leave skill-based matchmaking on, and knowing that, but they also buffed it, this is going to be the most sweatiest COD that anyone is ever going to play. And that is not good. And that's why, to me, if I'm gonna get the Cold War, I'd rather just gonna be playing campaign and basically zombies the whole time, because they already said that your whole progress will always be connected with multiplayer and Warzone. So basically that's a win-win right there. You don't even need to play multiplayer for the just to grind the battle pass. Not to mention prestige mode is not coming back, and that way pissed off a lot of people out there. But who knows, maybe Treyarch will actually step up and actually say something about that, or who knows, maybe they'll surprise us. And not to mention supply drops as well, or boxes. It's going to be an interesting year throughout, at the end of this year and the next year, 2021. I just really wish Modern Warfare 2 Remastered's multiplayer was actually released, so we won't have to worry about this issue at all. But Activision, they lost their ways back in the old days. They lost their ways, and something just needs to be discussed. With the YouTubers who already visited Activision before, or who just basically visit the developers of Treyarch themselves, or from any other company or COD like Infinite Warfare and stuff, because maybe there was a reason why they kicked out, I believe it was Sledgehammer Games. There must have been a reason, and I wonder it's because they wanted to buff even skill-based matchmaking more. But obviously I could be wrong, but there could be multiple opinions about it. But I was getting out this video and say, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all do enjoy my review of the Black Ops Cold War. And again, for people who are saying that I haven't played it yet, I haven't played it, but just by seeing it, and also some of my friends as well who showed me it, just by clip and clip, it's not going to be a good COD if they don't listen. It's not going to be a good COD. So, my name is Matthew. Big world farewell. Take care. I hope you all have a good day. And just FYI for people who are confused of why this was put on the main channel, well, basically, this channel is meant to do updates, for games and many more as well. So, hope you all have a good day. Later, guys.